Alright, so today we're going to take a look at this video from Unique Entertainment titled Joe Rogan Goes Off on Chelsea Handler for Saying He Makes Too Much Money. And we've covered Chelsea being upset about the Kevin Hart roast before, but again, this is the only way she's going to get any attention is by calling out these actual successful comedians, I suppose. But let's hear what Joe's take is on this lady.
Well, you recently pissed off Chelsea Handler, I saw.
I didn't know.
You didn't know?
No.
Oh.
What happened?
Well, I guess she's very upset with you.
I think Joe's lying. I think he definitely knew. Right? Just like he says, don't read the comments, but he also knows what everybody thinks and says about all of his friends and himself.
Because she believes that you're an evil capitalist pig who makes too much money.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's funny. She's rich. That's crazy.
It is crazy.
That's what she said? I make too much? There's a certain number?
That's what she was, Yeah, she was very,
There is a certain number you should make. When you're doing what you're doing, you shouldn't be that successful. You can be that successful, fine. But you shouldn't be that rich. You shouldn't be untouchable.
very, very perturbed.
Oh, I think she's just getting attention. I can't be bothered. But I know her. I've known her forever. I wrote a blurb for one of her earlier books.
He is right, though. He can't be bothered, but also reads the comments. But he's also right about saying that she's just getting attention. You know, when she says that Shane Gillis's exes were in her comments before the roast and shit like that, you're like, you're just saying stuff, dude. You're just saying stuff to have their name in your mouth because, in a way, much like Mark Maron, you're going to get some traction by talking about these guys one way or the other. Whether or not it's true or it's based on fact doesn't matter. Just saying it as a comedian. I mean, that Gianmarco Sorsi, or whatever the fuck that guy's name is, going off with Jim Norton talking about Theo Von and Joe Rogan being unskilled comics. That's going to get him traction. Regardless of what he actually believes, that's going to get him traction, dude. People are going to start paying attention like, hey, I like this guy simply because he doesn't like that guy. It's kind of how it works, bro.
Never had a bad word to say about her publicly. Every time I've seen her, I think I've given her a hug. So I don't know what's going on. But it has nothing to do with me. You know, whatever it is
well, I bring it up
to do
because
with me.
It sounds like seething jealousy. And so the interesting part is, like, I think a lot of the socialism stuff that's moving out of the East has a lot to do with that, too. There's the idea of class jealousy.
There's a little bit of that, but there's also a little bit of young kids really...
Hey, why does the guy that Joe Rogan's talking to always look wet? Why is he drenched, dude? Constantly drenched, this Andrew Wilson fella, who got all of his popularity by shitting on Wes Watson.
I feel like the system is rigged and that these pigs have gobbled up all the gold, and they're being told that. And so this is a thing, you know, like Billie Eilish said, hey, man, no one needs to be a billionaire. Give away your money, homie. Like, it's
crazy.
It's crazy.
But that is true. You don't need that much. Why do you need that much? You're one person. How much food and shelter do you necessarily need? How much water? How many cars? It's gluttony beyond gluttony, friend.
You're rich,
yes,
okay, and
very rich.
You also live on a house that's on Indian land. You know, you see the Native Americans that.
Oh, now that's his subtle shot back at her. Like, you're mad at me for being too rich, even though you're rich, but also her house is on Indian land. Like, hey, man, not necessary at all. If you weren't upset and trying to take a shot back at her, why say that? Because you're also inside, Joe Rogan. You're this little fucking pent up. Hey, man, fuck you, right? Like this, I'm a man. You don't get to talk to me like that. I'm a tough guy. I do jujitsu, man. You can't, I'll annihilate you, right? Like Jonah Hill.
That originally owned the land in which her house is.
No,
like, yeah,
no, I don't.
But it's the idea comes from a good place. I know in their heart of hearts they think that they're being kind and they think that they're doing the right thing. They really do. They think they're being inclusive. They think they're righting the wrongs of colonialism. They really think that.
Yeah.
And they think that this idea of...
Well, I have to wonder if that's what Joe Rogan thinks that they think. What does he think that we think you think? Huh? What about that? Or what do you actually think? Do you think we think that? It's all Mumbo jumbo, dude. A bunch of nothing. A bunch of just saying things. And some people are willing to say the worst thing for little attention, because that attention comes with money. And money, clout. Because everybody thinks that people that are rich are all of a sudden good guys, because somehow they got rich. It's like, hey, motherfucker, money doesn't make you less lame, dude. It just doesn't. I don't give a fuck how rich you get. If you're not good at the thing, I'm going to make sure you know about it. Period. Because somebody has set a standard a long time ago for many of these things, especially in the arts. And most of these motherfuckers ain't hitting it. How come it's okay for them to shit on the most recent film, you know, that fucking Odyssey movie for an hour and a half? They can go talk shit about that. But we're not allowed to say that you're not a good comedian? You don't even understand the basics of a joke? We're not allowed to do that, though. But you can critique, oh, okay, makes sense. Why? Because you already have all the money? Well, no, I was raised with this idea of, like, I don't need to value your opinion unless it's about your field. If you're talking about how to be good at podcasting, fine. But when you're trying to talk out of your ass about things you don't know, what makes me trust you? Because you got money? It's a weird take, man. And so many young people today are like, well, yeah, he's got money, so he's got to be trusted. It's like, that's the craziest take I've ever heard. Most people with money got it in nefarious ways, guys. They didn't get it from being a hero. Even your fucking favorite Mr. Beast. You think that's just a good guy? In what world? Oh, because he gives away money, he helps people that can't walk and that are blind and all. Yeah, he has to do that every 7 to 8 months. Okay? But then what about the stuff behind the scenes? What about him as an actual person? I'm not talking about his fucking content that you watch, because those things are different. Those things are different. Now, if Mr. B sat down and did a podcast for 3 hours a day, it'd be a little bit easier to analyze the true kind of person he is, the things he believes in and shit like that. But when it's all 7 minutes of him yelling, hard to believe there's not something else going on behind the scenes, dude. And when there's that many people that are making money off of this one thing, they'll do anything to make sure that they seem like the good guy, or a good guy, or one of, right? I hate it, dude. It's too much. Thankfully, I don't spend that much time on it.
Of democratic socialism is a really good idea, because there are some examples of socialist policies that do work, like the fire department and...
All right, yeah, he's going to say a bunch of other stuff that I don't really care about. I'm just interested in his take on Chelsea Handler, but I don't know if she lives in a house that's on Indian burial ground or Billie Eilish. Kind of got mixed up there. Maybe the information's out there about Billie's house. I don't know, nor do I care. But of course, he's going to take shots when he can take shots, whether it was at Chelsea or not. Guys, hit the like, hit the subscribe over here. Like I said, I don't really take this shit that seriously. There are some people in this industry that I really despise, and there is a standard in stand-up comedy, especially in my eyes. And when people don't meet that and they're getting successful simply by having a podcast or growing an audience, it pisses me off that they also get to say they're a stand-up comedian when there's nothing funny about them. If you believe in that, man, hit the like, hit the subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.